Overthinking isn't just overanalyzing a problem. It's a cycle that traps your mind in a loop of what-ifs, regrets, and hypothetical disasters. It doesn't just waste time, it chips away at your ability to act, to feel peace, and to live in the present. You might think you're being careful, that overthinking helps you avoid mistakes, but the opposite is true. It paralyzes you. It makes small problems feel insurmountable. It drains your energy, strains your relationships, and distorts your perception of reality. Let's break this down first. Why overthinking is so destructive, then exactly how to stop it for good. First, let's get clear on what overthinking actually is. It's not the same as critical thinking. Critical thinking is focused, purposeful, and leads to action. Overthinking is repetitive, unproductive, and leads to stagnation. It's replaying a conversation in your head for hours, wondering if you said the wrong thing. It's fixating on a mistake from the past, reliving the embarrassment or guilt over and over. It's worrying about the future. What if you fail? What if people judge you? What if everything goes wrong without ever taking a step to prevent those things? It's a mental loop that serves no purpose. Yet it's something so many of us get stuck in. The first way overthinking ruins your life is by stealing your present moment. Life happens right now, not in the past or the future. When you're overthinking, you're not fully present with the people you care about. You're not enjoying the small things, a good meal, a walk outside, a laugh with a friend, because your mind is elsewhere. You're either rehashing something that's already done or stressing about something that may never happen. This constant mental distraction robs you of joy. It makes you feel disconnected from your own life, like you're watching it pass by instead of living it. Then there's the impact on your decision-making. Overthinking turns simple choices into impossible ones. You weigh every option, every possible outcome, every potential mistake, until you're too scared to choose anything. You become stuck in analysis paralysis. You might spend days or weeks deciding on a job offer, a relationship, or even something as small as what to eat for dinner, all because you're terrified of making the wrong choice. But here's the truth: there is no perfect choice. Every decision comes with trade-offs. Overthinking doesn't help you make a better choice, it stops you from making any choice at all. And when you don't make choices, you let life happen to you instead of taking control. Overthinking also destroys your mental and emotional health. The constant loop of negative thoughts raises your stress levels. It keeps your body in a state of fight or flight, even when there's no real threat. This chronic stress wears down your immune system, disrupts your sleep, and leaves you feeling exhausted all the time. It fuels anxiety and depression. When you're stuck in overthinking, you start to believe the worst-case scenarios are inevitable. You become pessimistic, cynical, and drained. You might even start to isolate yourself, because the noise in your head is too loud to handle being around others. Over time, this erodes your self-esteem. You start to feel like you're not capable of handling life's challenges, that you're weak for not being able to just stop thinking. Your relationships suffer too. Overthinking makes you misinterpret words and actions. You might read into a text message that's perfectly neutral, convinced the person is mad at you. You might replay a conversation, picking apart every sentence, looking for hidden meanings that aren't there. This leads to unnecessary arguments, jealousy, and distance. You might pull away from people because you're too busy overthinking what they think of you. Or you might burden them with your constant worrying, asking for reassurance over and over until they feel drained. Overthinking turns trust into doubt, and connection into isolation. Now, let's talk about why we overthink. It's not because we're weak or stupid. It's a habit, and it's rooted in our brain's natural instinct to protect us. Our brains are wired to focus on threats, to anticipate problems, to avoid pain. That's a survival mechanism that served our ancestors well. But in modern life, those threats are rarely life or death. Yet our brains still react the same way, fixating on potential dangers, replaying mistakes to avoid repeating them, worrying about the future to stay safe. Overthinking is your brain trying to keep you alive, but it's doing more harm than good in a world where most of our stress comes from mental, not physical threats. Another reason we overthink is perfectionism. We want to get everything right, to avoid any mistake, to be in control, so we overanalyze every detail, every possible outcome. Because we're scared of falling short, we think that if we think hard enough, we can prevent all pain and failure. But perfectionism is a myth. No one is perfect, and no amount of overthinking will change that. In fact, perfectionism fuels overthinking, creating a cycle that's hard to break. Now that we understand why overthinking is so destructive, let's get to the solution: how to stop it permanently. This isn't about positive thinking or forcing yourself to stop thinking. It's about breaking the cycle, regaining control of your mind, and learning to think in a way that serves you, not against you. Let's start with the first step: awareness. Awareness is the foundation of change. You can't stop overthinking if you don't realize you're doing it. Most of us overthink on autopilot. Our minds slip into that loop without us even noticing. So the first thing you need to do is catch yourself in the act. When you're replaying a conversation, when you're worrying about the future, when you're fixating on a mistake, stop. Pause, acknowledge that you're overthinking. Don't judge yourself for it, just notice it. Say to yourself, "I'm overthinking right now." That simple act of awareness is the first step to breaking the cycle. Once you're aware, the next step is to challenge your thoughts. Overthinking thrives on unexamined thoughts that we accept as true without question. But most of the thoughts that fuel overthinking are not facts, they're assumptions, fears, and what-ifs. So when you catch yourself overthinking, ask yourself, is this thought true? Is there evidence for it? Is there evidence against it? What's the most likely outcome? Not the worst-case scenario? For example, if you're overthinking a conversation where you think you said the wrong thing, ask yourself, did they actually react negatively? Or am I assuming they did? Have they given you any reason to believe they're upset? Most of the time, your overthinking is based on fear, not fact. The third step is to shift from what if to what now. Overthinking is all about dwelling on the past or worrying about the future. To break the cycle, you need to bring your focus back to the present moment. But not just the present, what you can do right now. Instead of asking, what if I messed up? Ask, what can I do now to fix it? If anything, instead of worrying, what if I fail? Ask, what steps can I take right now to increase my chances of success? This shifts your mindset from passive worrying to active problem solving. It gives you back control, because you're no longer stuck in a loop of hypothetical, you're taking action in the present. Another powerful tool to stop overthinking is to set a worry time. If you find yourself overthinking throughout the day, set aside 10 to 15 minutes each day to intentionally worry. During that time, you can think about all the things that are bothering you, write them down, and even brainstorm solutions. But when worry time is over, you stop. If a worrying thought comes up outside of that time, you tell yourself, I'll think about this during my worry time. This trains your brain to stop fixating on worries outside of that designated period. It doesn't eliminate the worries, but it prevents them from taking over your entire day. You also need to learn to accept uncertainty. Overthinking often comes from a fear of the unknown. We want to know what's going to happen. We want to control every outcome, but life is unpredictable. No matter how much you overthink, you can't control everything. Accepting uncertainty is not about giving up, it's about letting go of the need to control everything. It's about trusting that you can handle whatever comes your way, even if you don't know what that is. When you accept uncertainty, you free yourself from the cycle of overthinking, because you're no longer trying to predict or control the future. Physical action is another key to stopping overthinking. When your mind is stuck in a loop, your body is often inactive. Getting up and moving breaks the mental cycle. Go for a walk, do some stretching, do a few push-ups, anything to get your body moving. Physical activity releases endorphins, which boost your mood and reduce stress. It also shifts your focus from your thoughts to your body, bringing you back to the present moment. Even a short walk can clear your mind and help you break free from overthinking. Let's be clear, stopping overthinking is not a one-time fix. It's a habit, and like any habit, It takes practice. You will slip up. You will catch yourself overthinking again. But that's okay. The key is to be consistent. Every time you catch yourself, every time you challenge your thoughts, every time you shift to the present, you're strengthening the habit of clear, productive thinking. Over time, it gets easier. The loop gets weaker. You start to think more intentionally and less on autopilot. Now, let's recap. Overthinking ruins your life by stealing your present, paralyzing your decision-making, damaging your mental health, and straining your relationships. It's a habit rooted in our brain's survival instinct and perfectionism. To stop it, you need to practice awareness. Challenge your thoughts. Shift to present action. Set a worry time. Accept uncertainty. And move your body. It's not easy, but it's worth it. Because when you stop overthinking, you free up mental space to focus on what matters. You gain the courage to make decisions, to live in the present, and to build the life you want. If you're tired of being trapped in the overthinking loop, if you're ready to take back control of your mind and your life, start with one step today. Pick one of the strategies we talked about: awareness, challenging your thoughts, setting a worry time, and practice it. And if you found this video helpful, subscribe to my channel. I post content to help you master your mind, build better habits, and live a more intentional life. Drop a comment below and tell me, what's one thing you overthink the most? And which strategy are you going to try first? Let's support each other on this journey. Subscribe now, and let's stop overthinking together.